we resume with the highlights and sidelights of the recently held 2013 STV ARCC as presented by Caltex with Techron on this Autofocus TV special. Just before the break, we showed the flag-off of the STV ARCC. Now we take a look at the rally course through the city of Tagaytay.
The Alpha leg spanned some 28.1 kilometers and took teams through some of Tagaytay's main roads and lesser-known byways. Naturally, surprise checkpoints were scattered throughout, prompting teams to get out of their cars and check in. In between was a lunch break with tents put up on the site's ground, housing tables and a buffet. Here, teams satisfied their hunger and took the chance to plan for the next stage. Next up was the beta stage that spans 33.4 kilometers, beginning at the SMDC Wind Residences parking lot, down to the lakeside town of Talisay and back up again. Teams passed both the Tagaytay-Talisay Road and Ligaya Drive. Like before, checkpoints were scattered along the route. Designated team members had to get down to punch in. The final checkpoint before merienda, it was refreshing to see many still manage to keep a cool head. We chimed in on a few of them about their progress.
We studied how to compute for the time needed for each tulip because we found out this is not about speed. It's more of strategy, learning the directions, navigating and timing it perfectly to make the recommended time based on the average speed required.
Okay. All in all, it's a terrific experience. I'd like to thank, of course, the organizers, Daddy Butch, we, and the rest of the people that make up of this great event, and had a beautiful drive with, of course, the Genesis by Hyundai. Thanks also to Hyundai. So all in all, it was a great event, and I just wish that the next time I'll be also part of this wonderful auto rally, STV Auto Rally.
The second route, the beta route, was a lot more challenging than the alpha test. But overall, it was okay as long the route book was very clearly laid out naman. So we didn't have any problems doing that. And our cars were very good. So thanks to Asian car makers for that. Yeah, overall, it was pretty good. It was my first Sampaguita rally.
We found it extremely challenging. Actually, for both of us, it was our first time. Our team captain was the only one who had ever raced in one of these rallies before. It was very entertaining, it was a lot of fun, and it was a lot more stressful than I thought. An hour just went like a minute, literally.
I really had a great time. It was very challenging. This one taught us to be very alert and very precise about our turns, about the time, about the speed. So it's a good exposure for me. It's my first time. Next time I know I can do better, and I'll definitely want to be a navigator also because I drove today. So navigator and be a timer also because each one has a very crucial role.
It's quite challenging. It's very exciting. We bonded as a team, and then we showed teamwork, and learning here in this event is that the driver, the navigator, and the time is very important with one another. Basta there's unity in one and teamwork. So okay na siya.
Some of them are really tricky, and I think it's part of the event. No, we have to be aware about science mainly, and but I think generally everyone enjoyed. Well, we enjoyed. We didn't really perform pretty well during the first leg, but the second one we were able to do pretty well.
We again repeated our battle cry. See, our battle cry is if we don't win, we were cheated. Because we are here to have fun. Fun first, competition second. That's the battle cry of the Lexus Latigus.
Before the day was over, we caught up with AAP's Director for Motorsports to get his opinion on the day's race.
I've seen this rally from the time that it started, and I think the first time it started there were only about like 20 cars, and now several years later we're now here with 68. All the manufacturers are participating. It's tremendous that what Butch Gamboa has been able to do. This is the only event in the country that I know of where all the manufacturers participate. You know, and aside from that, it is so much fun, believe me. Because that's really the spirit of this kind of rally, which they call here Sampaguita Rally. It's to bring people out in the countryside, medyo domestic tourism, you know, that sort of thing. You know, it's really a win-win, particularly for cities like Tagaytay. They bring this event here. The people love it because they're not confined to a small place. No, so I think it's great.
Whether lost, leading, or just having fun, it's clear each participant was in it for the experience.
Keep watching. When we return, we'll have the awarding ceremony of the Caltex 2013 STV ARCC on the final stretch of this Autofocus TV special.